Hi there, I'm the Pink Guardian and it is my mission to watch every single Doctor Who episode. And today I've watched William Hartnell's 5th episode, which is called The Keys of Marinus. And in this episode, the Doctor and his companions are sort of blackmailed into finding the keys in order to help save the planet Marinus from total destruction. So the things I liked about this episode is at the very beginning they used models to signify the planet they were on, which I thought was really good, and I thought they were quite sweet. And the fact that when they had the little models of the submarines, they had to then enlarge them into these big ones that look like massive tubes, and the fact that they had one of the bodies inside I thought was very interesting. Also the suits of the people that were in the subs was very interesting with the hat. I thought it was quite cool. But the whole quest for keys I thought was very interesting. It sort of made me want to continue watching, because you know how they're going to find these keys spread out the planet, and the fact that the priest blackmailed them by not allowing them to get back to the TARDIS, and they had to help him with the keys, I thought was very interesting. And the fact they had these cool dials which transported them around the planet, which is good. Once they'd transported, they went into what we, at first you believe is the best place ever, because it's like a temple and all your whims are accounted for and whatever you want was getting. The set there for that was really nice, with all the different fabrics and how it looked like a Roman sort of like room, which I thought was nice, and the costumes that the people were wearing were amazing. But I think that the most interesting bit there was that you've got two sets of views, because this, you know, world that's amazing doesn't exist. It's actually, they're tampering with their minds, and the fact that Barbara can see what is for real, and the Doctor and Ian and Susan can't. I thought the way they split the views, you know, I thought was very good done there. And the fact that the masters of this little place were aliens, little brains, which is a bit gross, but I thought it was quite a good twist on it. But once they found the key there, they moved on to a place which was like a jungle. At this point, the Doctor left to head on to the 4th key, because it was a civilization which he could get along with, is what he said, of course. But this jungle, it was alive. The plants were moving, because the biologist who was on this little place, he managed to accelerate the plants' life, which I thought was a very unique trick to this, which enabled them to bring the plants to life, and that the jungle was trying to get into the house they were in. I thought was great. After that, they were in a snow place, which I thought was really good, the way they got the snow to blow and the scenery looked nice. And when they went into a cave where the key was, I thought it was very good about how they made it look like ice. You know, the cave was actually made of ice, but it looked like it, and I thought they did a really good job there. And the fact that we had some guards that were sort of stood there protecting it, I thought was very good. And the fact that they defrosted, I thought was a very good twist to the story. And the fact that we're getting different locations throughout the story, we're not stuck on we're stuck on one planet, but we're not stuck in one location. You know, we're in the main part of the island, then we're in a temple, and then we're in a jungle, then we're in snow. It's getting you really interested into it. You're not stuck in the same place. And then once they got there, the key from there, they went on to the place where the Doctor was, and in this case, Ian was about to be sentenced to death for killing someone. Which I was like, it was a great twist to the story, because I was thinking, oh my god, Ian's going to be killed. But I like the fact that how the Doctor came in and was like, I shall defend the boy, and he was like defending him in court, which I thought was hilarious. But unfortunately, didn't do a very good job, and Ian was about to be sentenced to death. And I liked the fact that a clock determined when he was going to be killed, and that had to get to the star before he was killed. I thought was very good. But at the very end, just before everything was going to go completely wrong, we found out that Ian had given the bad guy a fake key. I thought that was really good. Now, with this episode, I don't have many dislikes, because I thought it was a very good episode. However, at the very beginning, Susan wanders off. She does this all the time. It's either her or Barbara, they just wander off and starts to get a bit annoying. I'd like to see Ian walk off, or the Doctor walk off. It would be more interesting then. But I didn't like how the Doctor had a walking stick. It's like, is he getting older? You know, he's meant to be this guy travelling around the world, space and time. He's got a bloody walking stick. I just didn't feel it was meant to be there. The fact that the Doctor, he sort of disappears. I thought, well, I like to see the Doctor when he disappears from like episodes. I sort of think, why? But there are reasons, because he wasn't available for those 2 episodes. So by sending him out was alright, but they could have done it a little bit better than that. As usual, Susan always overreacts. She's always getting too over emotional, like, oh my god, it's gonna kill me, oh, like that. And it gets a bit annoying after a bit. But in the jungle, when Barbara gets on the statue, everyone could see that those arms were going to close around. It was very, very predictive there, and I just thought, couldn't you be a bit more imaginative? You could see the arms. You're thinking, yeah, they're going to close on her. And I didn't like the fact that the old man was dying in the end. It was sort of, all he did was get strangled, and now he's dying. It just didn't work for me. And the fact that in the snow, the man, the horrible man, tried to make Barbara sort of get her into a wifely figure, sort of saying, I will clear these way, you clear them. I thought, she's a guest, you shouldn't be doing that, but he was the mean person. But the one thing that I really found hard with these episodes was the transition between the different locations. Yes, I really do like that, but the fact that 1 second you're there, bang, you're somewhere else, and I was like, whoa, how did they get there? Did they just appear there? Because in the one, when the snows are tear, at the very end of that one minute they're in the shack, and then bang, Ian's in a room getting hit on the head. I was like, whoa, how did he even get into that room? I was like, whoa, where's the rest of them? Which I found very sort of difficult. And the fact that near the end, the Doctor hits Barbara on the back to sort of simulate what's happened in the room, and it looked like he hit her pretty hard, and I thought, ow, that must have hurt. And I don't know, it's just sort of, you get predictive of what's going to happen at the end, and it was just like that. So overall, I thought the episode, it was a really good story. I really liked how the different locations, and it just worked really well for me. So overall, I'm going to give this episode a 4 out of 5. So I hope to see you next time on my next episode of my review. Bye!